Good morning, friends. I haven't been around this week. I actually went to Chicago, but we got a couple inches of rain while I was gone. And look at this. Look at the grapes, how big they're getting. So I figured while I came around this morning and did my morning tour, I'd bring you along. Oh my, look at those little fellas. Excited. There are so many grapes. This will be the first year that I've actually gotten to do anything with the grapes. So I was in Chicago this week. I'm dragging a lot, I'm not gonna lie. We got some work to do here. We got a couple inches of rain while I was gone. Look at those taters. Look at that handsome fella out there. So he is actually getting us ready. We are moving, oops, there's a rock. We are moving the baby chicks in with, they're not babies anymore, but we're moving them in with the big chickens today, and we're moving the Premier One fence. That's one of those things we just love about it, is that we're able to do, it's so versatile, we can just move them around whenever we want. So all the chickens are gonna become friends today, fingers crossed. And I thought I would come out and check the garden with you. It was weird in Chicago. We were right in the thick of it. And you know, there's just such a different mentality from people who like, sorry, there's a big picture of the post, who like living in town. And there are advantages. I lived in town once. I was miserable the whole time, but you can walk everywhere. And I get that, and they all looked a lot healthier. They all looked a lot thinner than us country folk look. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm gonna have to look for some friends in there. But I just, you know, it just solidified how much I really enjoy my life on a farm. And as I learn more, which was part of what happened at our meeting, you learn so much more about the food shortages that are coming, and it's not necessarily always because of the food, although there's a lot happening. Like they're harvesting the pea crop now because of the temps being so high, and they're concerned about losing the crops. Sorry, I'm looking at this. This is what's left of the Hales melon. You can see there's some ground cherries who decided to come in and play too. So Hubs figured out that there was a family of mice living in here, and that's what was taking out my plants. So it looks like I only have one, maybe two plants that even stand a chance of making it. Fresh bunny tracks in those peppers. Lovely. If I get any peppers out of this bed at all, I'll be amazed. And look, just in the few days I was gone, look what has happened to these guys. And look at, these are the champagne bubbles. So these are an indeterminate, and what you'll get with an indeterminate is just a bushy, crazy plant. And these are the best ones, in my opinion, to take the suckers off of. And with an indeterminate, remember, they just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. So these are the ones that get tall and wild and free, and the fruit comes all year long. It's not just a set amount of time for the fruit. So we're gonna need to do some work there. And then here's potatoes. So it looks like I've got my holiday weekend pretty well laid out here. We're losing the battle out here with this. This is that nuts hedge. And there's some crabgrass in there too. I was getting a pretty good handle on it, but you know, just those couple of days that I was gone. So the melons are now bigger than a softball. Those are the Blacktail Mountain watermelons. Wow, look at these tomatoes. They're all getting all kinds of blooms. The zinnias are getting huge. These guys are going to need trained up into these. Hang on here. Just doing this while I'm on here with you. I've got to tell you, when these things go back on sale and come back in stock, I tried to order more. I don't know if I told you that. I tried to order more of these trellises, and they were out of stock until August. By then, it's game over for me, but I am going to order as many of those as I can get. Those are just amazing. Sunflower growing in the walkway. Sage that needs seriously thinned. Thyme that's doing really well. The mice ate my dill, the seeds. And it looks like, oh, one of the things I wanted to show you with the grapes. See how we've got some Japanese beetle damage here? Or it could be cucumber beetles. We did a milky spore treatment last year on, ooh, look at my bell peppers. Yay! This is the one set of peppers, this and the Marconis, that the bunnies didn't find yet. Don't tell them. All right, look at these tomatoes. And these are the untrellised. Remember we were doing them all 3 ways? Shut up. Look, guys. Nom, 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 nom. That's aroma. So, what was I saying? Oh, crap. I don't remember. So anyway, we're doing the trellises all 3 ways. I think I told you that. And the milky spore treatment. So last year we did a milky spore treatment. Some more aromas out by the grapes. And what I'm told is, oh, look how big that castor plant's getting. Here's a visual. Here's my hand. Look how cool those little seed pods are. And what happens with milky spore is every year those microbes just grow and multiply and grow and multiply. And we are definitely seeing a difference because there are no Japanese beetles. Well, aren't that many Japanese beetles on our grapes this year. So that was definitely money well spent. And it really wasn't that much. Well, despite the bunnies, it looks like my beans are starting to flower. And these are the providers. And here's the calendula. I'm going to grab some of that today and get it in some oil so we can get some calendula salve made. There's the Marconi peppers that the bunnies couldn't find. More zinnias. And it looks pretty good, kids. It's not too bad. Here's my last 2 paprika peppers. And I'm telling you, if I get any at all, I'll be tickled. Those are those cauliflowers. I was hoping the cucumbers would shade enough to get them going. Now these other melons, these are doing better. These are the Hale's Best. Sorry about the plane. Look how big this one is. So we're getting there. Yeah, there's a couple little melons on there, not a ton. Still fighting the battle here. And there's the loofah coming up on the fence. And what's funny with loofah is you don't think it's doing anything and you don't think it's doing anything, and then all of a sudden, whammo, you have tons. So here are the provider, no, these are the pinto beans. So not too heartbreaking out here. It's enough to give me some more work to do. That's what keeps me out of trouble. So our kitchen update, we got the final parts in so that we can finish the cabinets this week. And then they're coming to hook up my propane on my stove. Those are the birdhouse gourds. The asparagus is doing phenomenal. Asparagus doing phenomenal. Leeks. So they're coming to hook up my propane on the 9th, which is next Friday, and then I will have a stove again. And my little... So at one point, I'll show you this. We were letting these grow, these weeds out here, because if you can see the little tunnels through here, our chickens love to go in here and hide. Now the bad part about that is all those seed pods are going to come over here to the garden, and this is getting pretty tall, but it offers them shade and protection, and they have so much fun playing in here. It's a blast to watch. Now Hubs has said he's gonna mow it all down, but until he does, the kids can play. So let's see if he's ready to move fence. I imagine if he does that, we will be cleaning out the barn this weekend, or maybe Monday. Uh-oh. Yep, he's doing it. What are you doing, babe?
Rerouting the chickens.
Here's the back side of the barn. So there's another one of the doors I had told you about on another video. And then there's another one over there. So we have it set up so that we can move the fence around and let them out different ways. You need some help there, handsome?
Not yet. I will, probably.
Okay.
Good morning.
So he did a pretty good job while I was gone. We'll give him that. And then look over here. So this is only the second year for these elderberries. And I am not going to have to buy elderberries to make elderberry syrup this year. They're even multiplying the way we want them to. We started off with, I forget if it was 3 or 4 plants, but look at that. I love looking at just the makeup of some of the different flowers. Like these. Aren't they just precious? Get in there really good. And then they turn to the berry, and then the berry turns red. And here's what the leaves look like. So if you're out and you see these, it's funny, I was mowing a couple weeks ago, and along one of the fence rows, I'm like, hey, we have elderberries out here. It's just one of those things that if you really get out there and try to forage, you can see that there are a lot of beneficials out there that you can use. I was watching Stringfield Ridge's video last night, or actually we watched it this morning on replay, and they were talking about bachelor buttons. And I have, I'll show you over by the shop, and this is one of those, oh my word, this is so embarrassing, but I'm going to show you anyway. So we have bachelor buttons that I planted one year, that because after the bulbs die that are in here, they it just kind of got to be a boring bed. So I planted bachelor buttons in here, and then when they die out, I've got marigolds that come up. And these are all dying out now, but these things went absolutely crazy this year. These things are, okay, so they are as tall as me, and I'm 5'5". So they were saying last night on their video, which they're dying out now. So I'm gonna pull these. I'm sure there's a bunch of seeds that already fell, but I'm gonna pull them and just throw them out in the woods and let them do their thing. But they're great to put in a tea for a lot of different things. They're a diuretic. They are a joint pain. They help with that and some other things, but Hubs has a lot of joint pain in his knee, and he's gonna give it a try. Or he's actually gonna make some tea out of some of those dried flowers today. Hear all the birds. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, another fun Saturday here. You see where I'll be. We've got a picnic to go to this evening at my son's house. He does it every year. It's a blast. And then we went last night. Bless my poor mama's heart. She built a house on a lake. And every year, while we were waiting for her to make the decision to just go ahead and build a house and tear the old one down, we see these fireworks from right on the lake. They just come over the lake right by her house. And so we went out this year. We took some dinner out. We took pizza and salad, and we all got all comfy on her terrace, and they moved the fireworks to the other side of the lake so we couldn't see anything. And her little feelings were so hurt because she was really excited to share that with us. But we had a great visit anyway. And then tonight we have my son's picnic, and then tomorrow church here at the house, and it's our day of relaxation. I say that loosely because it's going to be really hard for me this time. And then Monday we're going to try to finish hanging the wall cabinets, and Friday they're coming to do hook up the propane for the stove, and well, they just have to check the pressure. Hubs has got it all hooked up, and then hopefully they'll be here Thursday or Friday to put my countertops in, and my kitchen will be done. And you have no idea how happy that makes me. I have an under counter sink, so he can't hook up my water for me to be able to use water. So it's still a struggle. Doing dishes in the bathroom sink. Well, while I was gone, he hooked up the dishwasher, so we will be able to use the dishwasher. But you know, anything that I'm doing by hand, which is all my iron and things like that, I still have to do in the bathroom. So that's a little update from us today. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying this holiday and celebrating your independence, because it seems to me like our independence is slowly being taken away from us, and they want us to be dependent on things that we shouldn't be dependent on. That's just my personal belief. And I'll talk to you more about the food shortages and things later. It's a little too early in my channel for me to talk about that, but because I'm in food service, I do see it a lot. And there are food shortages, friend. If you can grow anything at all on your own, you need to do that. Be blessed, be a blessing, and we will talk to you soon.